The drive west from Osaka to Hiroshima takes about 5.5 hours. After crossing the bay, the road runs alongside paddy fields and solar panels in the wooded mountain slopes. After 2 hours, we arrived at Himeji. Our first stop was at the Koko-en Gardens, where we had to have our temperature checked before going in. We were all okay, so we went into this Japanese-style garden, which consists of 9 separate walled gardens, designed in various styles of the Edo period, which lasted from 1603 to 1867, and is named after the city of Edo, modern-day Tokyo. The sound of the drum drew the koi cart to the bridge at feeding time.
Country garden for
Seeds found under 6 metres of peat, and estimated to be around 2,000 years old, had been grown to produce these lotus plants. We found this butterfly sitting amongst the plants. A short walk away is the 17th century Himeji Castle, one of Japan's 12 original castles and a World Heritage Site. It's the country's largest and most visited castle. It's a fairly steep climb to the main building, though part of the approach goes downhill to disorientate invaders who would have felt they must have taken a wrong turn, as the castle was clearly uphill. Shoes have to be removed to protect the wooden floors. In the first floor armoury, weapons were held in racks for easy access in case of attack. Steep wooden steps lead to the 6th floor, which gives 360-degree views of the town. 150 years ago, orders were given for all government-owned castles to be demolished, but Himeji was sold for £600 in today's money, so saving it from destruction. There are models of the castle's timber frame and the old town near the exit. Leaving the castle, we went back through the grounds to a local restaurant for a typical Japanese lunch, where every item is in a separate bowl. Then we went back to the bus for the 3.5-hour drive through the mountains to Hiroshima. Passing Hiroshima Castle, we drove through the city centre to the Peace Garden. This is where the first atomic bomb was dropped on the 6th of August 1945. The only building left standing was the Industrial Promotional Hall, now called the Atomic Bomb Dome, which has been preserved exactly as it was after the explosion. Other monuments line the riverbank. Across the river is the Children's Memorial. This is the memorial to the 70,000 to 80,000 people who were killed in the initial blast and firestorm, and many thousands who died later of their injuries or the effects of radiation. The ashes of 70,000 unidentified victims are buried under this mound, and a museum stands at the end of the garden. Nowadays, the park is a peaceful area to stroll and reflect. At the end of a sobering afternoon, we retire to our hotel. There are lovely views from the windows of the Grand Prince Hotel, which is on an island in Hiroshima Bay. After breakfast, our group went to the terminal to take the ferry to Myajima, which means Shrine Island. The crossing takes about 10 minutes and passes the oyster beds for which Hiroshima is famous. Once we arrived, we left the terminal and walked along the promenade. Here is a statue to Taira no Kiyomori, born in 1118. The promenade leads to a ceremonial torii gate. The gate signifies entry to a Shinto holy place, and it's traditional to bow to show respect for the gods before going through. Stone lanterns line the route to the Itsukushima shrine. The area around the shrine is tidal, and when the tide is in, the whole complex seems to float on water. Sadly, the giant torii gate, a great tourist attraction, was covered for renovation, but this is what it should look like. The shrine, which was built by Taira no Kiyomori, whose statue we saw earlier, is guarded by bronze lions. Whilst we were there, a Shinto ceremony was taking place. There is perhaps no religion that loves alcohol as much as the Japanese Shinto religion, which reveres sake as the most sacred of drinks. This is why sake barrels are displayed in many shrines. The exit is via a steep arched bridge. On the way back to the ferry, we met a young sika deer and its dad. Then it was time to return to the mainland.